Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Peter Del Tondo over here at Unfold, and we've got more members of the team coming in here in a second. Trying to do some fun stuff here with some tech stuff. So they're doing a quick computer restart. I don't know, Bo, why are you gold? What do you have over your screen? Um, anyways, let's check it out. And just thought we'd hang out this Friday, chat about some cool stuff that we have found in the design news or design space, as well as just share some stuff that we've been up to. And I was gonna say, why don't you take your board off the wall and show everybody the new the new deck
Oh
that you
yeah,
got?
yeah. Here. So there we go. Been messing around with doing designs, printing them on custom skateboards. So uh, pretty proud of this one. You can't tell, but there's like a subtle plastic texture. So it's kind of looks like it's one of those thank you, come again, kind of like shopping bags, you know.
Nice.
So that's kind of what the idea was going. So
We got to get a couple of those made. We'll like put them up in the shop later or
yeah.
something.
Hey, I have other designs for boards, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm thinking to, get like a bunch of designs going and printing out some boards for the office, hanging up around cuz like I don't know, they're cool. They're cooler than like regular posters. They have a little bit more like pizzazz to them, you know? It's like a
Yeah,
skateboard. It's kind of cooler than printing it on a poster or something. So
definitely. We got uh, Shinozi. Dude, that deck is dope. Have you been skating in the quarantine? It looks like that's gotten a little bit of use down there as you fall.
I fell off my chair. No, I live in Florida and it's hot, 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 hot here. So, um, I haven't been doing as much skating as I've been wanting to, but um, with this new deck in your comment, it's kind of gotten me inspired.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
Maybe pull up some of the designs. I know I've seen a couple before, but we can jump in the Figma file later. We've got some swag in there. Maybe see what people are digging and see what we'll start whipping up. We'll probably have a link in a couple of streams or so where you guys can actually start buying some of that stuff. The
cool.
flag shirt is like my favorite shirt now. That
Yeah,
thing is so sick.
dude. Imagine a hat
Yep.
embroidered black on black, kind of like that stealth look, you
Oh,
know?
I want to get the
That.
like the full tactical patch.
Oof.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
that'll be sweet.
Hang this board back up.
Let's see. Chinozi, where are you from? I think everything is closed right now. My daughter, heartbreakingly, the other day was like, "Dad, I miss parks." I was like, "Yeah, me too, kid."
Nice.
Did you get yours working, Eddie?
Nope.
No. I can tell Evans is because the default look of the camera changes slightly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Evan, you're on mute, but yeah, that's something I noticed. I had to
No, I think
restart mine to like
Oh,
fix
yeah, I
it.
can tell it's not great, is it?
maybe
Yeah.
it's not
Well, cool.
activated somehow.
Oh wait, no. All right. Well,
Ah,
we'll
I don't know
share
how to
we'll
turn it
share some
off.
of that that's going on.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh man.
You switch your camera. You switch your camera to your default webcam, not the app. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Well, we thought we had a couple of things here we wanted to chat about today and just share you guys some cool stuff. So let's jump into that one first. So this one's pretty cool. If you guys check out Snapchat or snapcamera.snapchat, we were having some fun with this the other day. And let me maybe minimize that. No, I want to still have you guys over there on the side. Let me. Is it because I'm screen sharing? No. Here we go. All right, so we can still see y'all. And I will make this guy in here. Okay, cool. So this is kind of just a cool, fun thing to do. Just have a little bit of lightheartedness to your meeting. We had one of our community group calls this morning, and uh, sorry, my wife is texting me there. Live stream, eat in an hour. And bacon, because we're making BLTs. Awesome. But this is really cool. We were playing with this before. There's a lot of fun filters here that you can mess with. I think this is like Steon's signature filter right here. And it's playful. We do some streaming too. Some of us after hours playing games and whatnot. So stuff like this could just be fun and lighthearted, but it's pretty entertaining if you showed up to your team's next stand up and had some fun with it. There's some really cool videos, and I don't know, as long as I turn off the sound, there's just a lot of fun, goofy stuff here. So check it out. Yeah, Evan's cooking up the bacon already over here.
Yeah, you mentioned bacon, so I'm here.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So have some fun with that and goof around. It's entertaining. Might make your meeting a whole lot less productive, but it's pretty fun. I did want to share, there's like a super dark UX pattern here on this. Have you seen the new Trolls movie?
No, not yet.
Oh, all I can picture is Tiny Diamond is my name, and my body's made of glitter. Yeah, my kids have been watching that movie on repeat. So, but check this out. So as you download this, you've got to agree to like the privacy policy, etc. Go through the sweat of like what like there's a vehicle edged out of here. Does that constitute? You get to do that fun stuff. I hate that reCAPTCHA. But what I noticed here, it makes it feel like this email is a required field, and it's not. So it's just an interesting, marketing play for Snapchat to get you into their system, and I'm sure market you on a ton of other lists. But you don't actually have to do that when you submit it. You can just fill out the CAPTCHA and then download, and you'll be good to go. So, anyways, that's something to maybe play with and have some fun this week, and just lighten up your next meeting, give your team a laugh. So, and I think you're just using a regular Zoom background right now.
No, this is Snapchat too.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep.
They got a couple of those. Awesome. So one of the other things I want to show, so this is cool. I'll drop a link on this one. Here we go. If anyone wants to check this out, and just disclaimer, it's an affiliate link. Oops, not that one. So Krisp is an awesome tool. I am using it right now as I speak. And what is really neat about this is it filters out any noise as we're talking. So if I think most of you guys are using this as well. We bought team licenses a while back, but like if you guys can see, I've got this little light up glow ball in my hand. This thing's super loud, and I can just crinkle this in front of the mic. And can you guys confirm you don't hear it?
No, we don't hear nothing.
All right, let me get something else. Here, just a
Yo,
little
check
paper.
this, bro. Yeah.
So I can just sprinkle this as I talk, and hopefully nobody is hearing this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my microphone and change it to my direct microphone, not using Krisp. Okay, so that should be done. Now, taking that pink ball again, and if you guys hear as I'm talking, do you hear that popping noise now?
No.
No? Okay, that's a bad example. Do you hear this as I crinkle? It's Krisp. Are you guys hearing me through Zoom? Hang on. That's the thing. I
Yeah,
think chat
we're
is
hearing you
probably
through
hearing
Zoom.
it.
Oh.
Okay, we're hearing you
I'm
through
I'm like,
Zoom.
nope. I still
Okay,
hear.
well, chat, let me know if that worked for you. You should hear the crinkling noise now, and that should be really annoying, so I'll stop doing that. But now we switch back over to the Krisp microphone. And one more time, I'll crinkle that, and you guys don't hear anything. And if we find my right Zoom window, here, let me switch it for you guys once. Select the speaker. Okay. Now do you guys hear it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Okay.
annoying.
So you guys see how well that works, and what's really cool with this for everyone as you're working from home, especially if you've got kids or something, it's really nice to be able to have a tool like that where if you've got kids running around and screaming or just being kids, let your kids run around, and this will filter out all that their background noise. You guys can probably hear my kid or would hear my kids downstairs because they're playing and having a grand old time down there. Um, and it works really well. So once again, check out that link. I'll throw it in the show note descriptions after too. It's an awesome, awesome service. They've got an app for the cell phone as well, but we really rely on that super heavily to remain productive and be able to do calls. We do our Adobe live streams, which we've got to be very on the ball and professional with that. That's what allows us to do it and not have audio issues. So definitely check it
Yeah.
out.
Another thing back on that, Chris, I think another like a bigger, more useful thing than crumpling paper in your office is when you're typing. When you're typing, it
Oh,
cancels out the keyboard. I myself, I have a mechanical keyboard at home and at work. So like, let me type and talk, and theoretically speaking, you shouldn't be able to hear my keyboard clicking. So I hope it's not clicking because that'd be awkward if it
no,
was.
we don't hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
So like,
Vic, you should turn it off to show how it sounds with it off.
yeah,
Yeah.
To
I think
compare
Peter
it.
already did that, but let me.
I've got
Oh.
one here, so like I
Alright,
click
you boys
on my
ready for-
board.
Clicky City.
Yep.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the power of crisp, I think that for me is probably like the most useful part of it because I have mechanical keyboards both at work and at home, and they're really obnoxious, especially in calls. So
Yeah.
it cancels it out like a dream.
I remember that because when Chris first came out, it was a Mac only app, and then when I switched to PC and I got a mechanical keyboard, I didn't have it for like 4 months, and it was horrible because I couldn't type during meetings because it would drive everybody bonkers.
You have to like switch keyboards during meetings.
Yeah, I have another one that I would use sometimes.
Your
Uh,
meeting keyboard.
yeah, so it's really nice, and actually, if I pull up Discord. Let me just make sure I've got something here. Yeah, anyways, if you use Discord and you hop into a voice server, it actually shows now. Here, let me go into something that's just.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like powered by Crisp or whatever.
Yeah, so here I'll join. Where's one that's easy? Okay, let's go to this. Okay, here, and I can go into this channel and don't have permission. Okay, anyways, I'm going somewhere. But there's a tool here now where noise suppression powered by Crisp. So it's really cool. I hope to see more of that where, I'm going to assume Crisp is starting to license out this technology and being able to, bring this into more tools because it would be awesome if this was just like naturally a part of Zoom or of Google Hangouts and stuff like that. So anyways, check them out. It's really fantastic. I think there's a free version as well as a paid version. And one thing that it will do as well is you can actually turn it on and mute other people or like mute the noise from others. So just how Vic was typing before and I could hear his keyboard, I always keep it off, but if I turned on the noise suppression on the receiving end, it would theoretically remove that keyboard, click clack, or like if kids are in the background for somebody else, it pulls that out and you just hear them. So anyways, check it out if you want to have some really weird ASMR and hear us crinkle paper and whatever that like little ball thing was. Tune back into the earlier part of the stream, but Crisp is awesome. It's like life-changing for those of us that are in meetings all the time. And let's pull back up Chrome. Let's see what else. Maybe, David, you want to walk us through some of these projects that you were sharing before, and we can switch to maybe your screen share?
Yeah, let me jump in here real quick.
Yeah. Just thought we'd chat through some cool rebrands and whatnot that have been happening recently. And maybe while we do that, or while David's pulling that up and getting it set, one other thing we wanted to share today, if you haven't before, check out Epic Jobs. That's over with our friend Dan Petty. And let's do this, epicjobs.co. Since I know a lot of people right now, you might be looking for work or have been laid off or furloughed. Epic Jobs is an awesome community and job board. There's a lot of great companies that are hiring over here. And I know Dan and the team, I think, even removed the posting fee right now, just because they know that people are really in need of work. And so it's really cool for them to do that. And there's a lot of great companies that are on here who are actively hiring. So if you've been looking for a new job and need help getting through all this stuff, just make sure to go check them out, support them too, and hopefully there might be something that's a good fit for you there. So definitely check out epicjobs.co.
Yeah, Peter, once you stop sharing your screen, I'll share mine.
Yeah, you got it.
The beauty of Zoom. I don't know why they don't add like a feature saying.
I think I can set it up to give you guys.
Okay. So it's in the back end.
Yeah, here, make co-host. Yeah, that'll allow you guys to share your screens whenever you want. Yep. So I think you're good to go.
Awesome. Okay, let me know when you got visual.
I got visual.
Cool. So yeah, we talked about this one earlier today. Actually, it was something that we were checking out. But this website is pretty cool. It's just kind of the big industry brands of that have been redesigned. Big or small companies. A lot of companies sometimes redesign their brand for, just to get more eyes on them, more attention. And sometimes it's for the worse, sometimes it's for the better. And usually their users are quick to decide on which is which. But yeah, this one's called Pluto TV. And so it looks like they had this brand here on the left and they revamped a new look and feel here on the right. And we thought it'd be a cool idea just to walk through some of these and discuss some of the changes. And I guess at the end of this, we can all decide whether it was a good rebrand or not. So, but yeah, I guess we can start with this little video here, just a little intro. I guess that's David, like a landing. Yep.
Can you just clear out your little downloads thing? It's kind of bothering me a little bit. And I know a couple streams ago someone else was bothering me too.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
What's your downloads, man?
Yeah, I'm the worst at that kind of thing. So those things don't bother me. It's like on my phone, I have like every app like notification, those little badges that you have something there, like a number 1 or 2 or 5 on your iPhone, whoever's using iPhones. Yeah, so usually all my icons have those. So, but yeah, basically this looks like some sort of like a logo reveal kind of thing for their TV series that they're using. And overall, yeah, I think there was like, to me personally, I feel like this is a pretty fresh rebrand.
What was the previous? I
was gonna say, does this show the original
version?
Well, it just shows the logo here.
Mm-hmm.
Which one thing we talked about was it looks like Pluto with the 2 O's here. So it looks like they did separate that a little bit better, but wonder if they played around with the idea of like keeping that end of the O with the TV in it, because I think that would have been pretty neat to see.
Yeah. So. One thing I'm kind of like, they show it here that there's different versions. I don't know how like that those 4 colors would stack up. Like when you scale the logo a little bit smaller, it might get a little bit jumbled. But it looks like they have
looks like they might remove it.
Yeah. It looks like they have black and white versions.
Yeah.
So.
That's kind of odd though that it like, depending on the usage,
I wonder
really changes.
I wonder if the color variations is just like, maybe they don't actually use it that way, but it's only seen in like the animations.
Maybe. I mean, it's shown a lot through here. Even like if you go to the top where it shows the before and after. Yeah, it shows the colored version as the after.
I wonder, yeah, it'd be nice to see their website actually. You can check that out. What shows up here real quick. Yeah, so on their site, you can tell it's scaling pretty bad here actually.
Yeah, it really doesn't work well for that.
Yeah. especially
zoomed
that
in, I think.
yeah,
Oh no, that's
especially
I
like
got
that
really
blue.
worried with what was about to show up there for a second.
Yeah, yeah,
it's okay.
especially that blue
YouTube has a
color.
blur feature.
Yeah, that blue color really disappears up there. Like I can even tell. I can see the purple, I can see the yellow, and I can see the red, but like that blue or more violetish
Yeah.
color is just gone from
Yep.
existence.
Yeah,
that's one way to direct a user on a CTA.
right?
Holy cow!
And one thing I like about this is
Mhm.
like it really connects Pluto, the name, with like space travel. So when you see this, you think, all right, we're definitely in space, moving at the speed of light. You know, like you have that feeling.
Hmm.
So definitely props to that kind of vibe
Yeah,
going on
because
here.
it would be tricky too, like because I'm guessing it's not it or it doesn't look like it's like sci-fi stuff only, which I feel like would be like a hard thing to distinguish between like because I think it looks like their content is kind of
Mhm.
all sorts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious like how it'll stand the test of time though, because
Yeah.
it feels good now, but how is it going to hold up in 3 to 5 years or 10 years? It'd be interesting to see like what evolutions it goes through.
Mm.
Also,
It's
this
nice.
thumbnail. I'm wondering about this thumbnail. What do you guys think? Like, it feels like
Seems busy.
Yeah.
it seems busy, and I wonder if they could have gotten away with like another mark without the word Pluto, since it's written
Hmm.
below it.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking just maybe the mark, front and center, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I just wonder if it was like just like the like either just the white circle and the colored circles behind it.
Mhm.
Like doesn't even
Yeah.
say TP or something. I
Or
don't know.
maybe did you see that? Did you see that where it like opened up, with like the like kind of like Target style, like with the right there.
Yep,
Maybe
yeah,
that
right
could have
here.
been the icon right there, something like that.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah,
been neat.
like circular. Yep.
Yeah. But I like the type treatment though,
Yeah,
those consistent slants and stuff
that
like
that
that.
U and T connection,
Is
that
that a
I
cutout.
custom?
say that
I
too.
wonder if this is a custom font though. Is
I
Yeah.
this a
think so.
custom
Yeah.
font?
Yeah, look at this. Pluto
Yeah, there it
TV
is.
stands.
Custom
Yeah.
type family.
Oh, yeah, it's nice. I can
That's
dig it.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. My
I wonder
question
if
is
we
I
can
wonder, yeah.
use it.
Yeah. I
Wonder if we
wonder
can
what
use it.
I wonder what that ball moving means though, like cuz it looks like there's like
Pluto.
blur to it. Is that Pluto? What is it flying or something? What do you
Well,
think the
yeah.
idea behind it
Oh
is?
yeah, hit click play on that. Like what's
We're flying
happening?
through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour, dude. Come on.
It's either that or it's just a bad mock-up. Oh, I think the way they transitioned it was just a fade.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking
Yeah.
about
No, I'm
the
talking about
blur
the mark.
behind
I'm
the
talking about
circle?
yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking about those color blurs. Like what do they
Yeah.
stand for? What does it mean? Like is it mean like forward movement like
I
this
think it's
Pluto
like
TV?
motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would guess it's like some sort of movement motion thing happening.
Interesting. Yeah. Inspired
Another
by
quick
space
video. I mean,
travel.
overall, I love the colors. I love the
Yeah.
cleanness. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah.
and I feel like this it's unique. You know, like you look at this brand and you've never seen anything like it.
Very very hip. Very hip.
And it's so simple, but yet it's so unique. You know, it has its own kind of character happening.
We can't mention it on stream, but it reminds me of a project we worked on recently. David and Evan primarily working on it, just from a color palette and kind of like vibe standpoint.
This is cool.
There's something cool about it.
Yeah.
This has some
Overall, I
really
dig
cool
it.
sound effects.
It's super neat.
Yeah, that video had a lot of good sound effects to it. If you guys
You
get a
can go
chance
down
to-
2 more slides.
Yeah, this is awesome.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
Like the motion, like those curves. It's so.
And it's so simple.
Yeah,
Yep.
And this kind of goes back to like, you don't need to make design complicated. You know, you can do a lot with simple ideas and simple motion and shapes and colors. Like even the way this appears, this text here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's color and then it turns into white. I mean,
There's like
that's pretty cool.
nothing crazy going on. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
simple. Sometimes less is more.
I love seeing those motion curves. I know the Headspace motion team put together like a really cool motion design system where they walk through all of the eases and whatnot and like pacing for all their animation, and it's so cool. And it really is like a requirement to make it all feel cohesive and go together. It's really neat seeing teams that put that much documentation and intentionality to it.
Did you see that, David, in that video? It showed like a different icon in iOS. Like go towards the end a little bit further.
May have missed it.
Oh, that's cool. I like that type animation.
Keep going. definitely not Nacho Libre, by the way.
It's
It was like a. Keep going. Yeah.
like a war
Oh,
movie.
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep.
Even that's better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It looks like here they're using it like right here, same one, and then once it gets to the next slide, it's zoomed in a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they had they decided on that for some reasons. So.
I think it'd be fine if they even had these colors spill out on the outside of the icons. If you look at the icon.
Yeah. Cool. Well, what's the verdict, I guess, on this one?
All
What
right,
do you guys
boys.
say?
I like
Yay or nay?
Scale of 1 to 10. I don't even know what the scale is. I don't know.
I think it's either yay or nay. I say yay. I mean, I don't know much of the old brand, but I mean, from looking at
Yeah,
this,
same.
it's really neat. I really like it. It's unique.
I like
Yeah,
the
I
top
agree.
tagline.
From ours one.
Trans.
That's awesome.
Isn't it guys are from Jupiter or something?
it's
To get more stupid.
Yeah.
Oh man, taking it back to like the grade school playground.
They should have played with that messaging.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I think thumbs up. I think from most of us here on this one.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of possibility with this branding.
Ooh, I like the ligature too between the R and the T. That's clean.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool. Let's.
I like
I'm
it.
I'm actually intrigued to see what their service is now afterwards.
I know. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to a name that most of us know. So this one might be a little easier to determine whether they did yay or nay, whether it's a yay or nay. So this is the before, this is the after. And if you guys are familiar with GoDaddy, up until now they had like a pretty fresh, bold design brand overall, like just really bold green color with dark, harsh black contrast throughout their like web app and their website and just everything they're using in their marketing. So it's been, personally, I've always enjoyed their style. Like it was just very clean and minimal. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you guys all think about the rebrand. So let's start with the logo, since that's what we're
Yes.
seeing.
I think the thing that will spark the conversation is, what is that mark? Like a legit serious question. I'm asking. Like
I just
trying-
realized. Sorry.
Go ahead, Pavel.
To answer
Yeah.
your question, I literally just realized that says "go," so it's G and O put together.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a flower or something before. I was like,
Oh.
oh wow, that doesn't make sense.
You mean these are not eggs?
Or eggs.
I thought it was a pretzel.
So we got a pretzel, we got eggs, we got the letter G-O.
There have been everything. I remember the memes when this thing first came out. It was definitely parts of the human body. We can't pull up any of those here on the street, but yeah, this was not like a super well received rebrand when it first rolled out.
I mean, so like I can tell that they cleaned up the type a little bit. It's a little thinner, but overall it looks fairly the same.
Yeah.
You could see the treatment of the G is similar and the Y.
Yeah, but I think the text has pretty good improvements because it looks like they
Yeah.
kept the same.
Yeah.
This logo, they kept it the same. They had just added a mark and simplified the text though.
And I like it. I like the new text.
Mhm.
It's just that I for the life of me I don't understand what's supposed to be going on with that mark. You know, like I can tell there's supposed to be a G and stuff in there, and maybe it's a heart. You know, maybe that's what that shape.
Yeah, I think it's a heart. Like at the end of the day, I think
Yeah.
that's kind of encompasses the heart
yeah.
kind of thing.
To me, it's just so strange. It kind of doesn't make sense.
It's cut off on the top, but I think that's 'cause
Yeah.
whoever pasted it in here.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's move on.
Yeah. Let's see more.
Let's. I guess we don't have to read any of this. Let's just pretend we're visual designers here and
Yeah.
we're only seeing the visuals.
Yeah. I can.
Do we
I
wanna
already
watch
tell I
this?
like this. Yeah. I already.
It's
I
30
already can tell
seconds.
I like this.
Well, off the bat, I feel like this font is a little different from this, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just instant kind of reaction.
I like the font though. I really do.
Yeah. You probably can't hear this, so
Yeah.
right.
No, we can't
So
hear
we'll
it,
watch it.
but,
Yeah, we'll just watch it.
we can assume that's gonna be
There we
some
go.
cool
It's
music.
not too
and
long,
stuff.
so we can quickly go through it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
This is
human-
super exciting.
humanness. I mean, compared to the Pluto TV, right?
company is what you do.
So it looks like there's nothing too unique here, except this
Yeah.
title.
No, this is
that's
like
really
the
all they're showing.
equivalent of a design agency video of people playing ping pong. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Jeez, Peter, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Don't hold back, Peter. Come on.
Interesting color. It's kind of
Is this
cool.
wait? This is the first
Oh
time.
yeah, they
right here,
changed to
so,
that like
yeah.
teal thing, right?
Yeah. So now it's teal and black / white.
So what did they say was the reasoning for that? Do they go into that here?
We can go back up here real quick. Oh, here's a statement, right? Who can read the
Joy.
fastest?
Joy is I can read really fast. Do you want me to read the whole thing, or do you want me to try and find
Yeah.
out why they changed it?
Well, what's important?
It just looks like these are like the three ideas that they want to put in: entrepreneurial spirit, joy, and
Joy and
humanity.
humanity. Which I feel
I
like
guess
they got the
that's-
humanity down in that video.
With that video, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
And the entrepreneur, there was a lot of like small business owners. Joy,
Oh,
yeah. So
Look, there we go. The Go's heart shape is a nod to this feeling of joy. So, yeah, I guess that is supposed to be a heart.
yeah.
Well, let's check out like go to GoDaddy.com and how did it
Yeah.
like actually get implemented here. By the way, nobody should use GoDaddy as a service. It's absolutely terrible. Please buy your
Here we go.
domains on any other system and hosting anywhere else on the internet.
Oh boy.
You know what bothers me about
Chatting
the
with bots
too?
and telemarketing
Sorry, go ahead, Eddie.
information.
What did you say, Ed?
I don't think he heard because I was talking over him. Our delay is.
Huh?
What were you saying, Eddie?
Eddie,
Said
go.
It's like chatting with bots and telemarketers.
Yeah. Dude, Media Temple used to be such a great web hosting service until GoDaddy bought them, and they like tanked within 3 months. It just was terrible afterwards.
Yeah, this is very different from what they had. If you guys remember some of their previous
Yeah.
brand. This is
It
very
feels kind of like a
unique.
generic startup site. It doesn't
Well, I
feel
was gonna
like
say,
a
it almost gives me like a Squarespace template.
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe I'm overthinking this here because I'm not much of a brand designer, but so like the mark and the logo, they're like nice and round and bubbly, but everything else about like the whole site is like sharp. Like the
That's kinda
the
cold.
H1 is like spiky and like there's no rounding on any of the buttons, and I don't know, it just kind of like I said, I'm not much of a like branding expert, but it feels like it doesn't match with like the mark, which I don't know how big of a deal that is, but yeah, it does feel very cold, like you were saying, Peter.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, some brands just kind of do a smaller refresh or rebrand, but these guys, I think they just completely did a whole facelift. So they changed their face.
Yeah.
The thing I keep looking at is like the mark and the word. Like there's that little arrow on the G,
Mm.
and then like they could have carried that same thing into
I
the
know,
mark,
right?
but didn't. And it's like it's close, but it's not close enough. Like I don't know. I feel like I would have tried harder to make that in there.
I
Yeah.
guess that's what I was trying to say. Like it doesn't seem like there's the mark and the rest of the branding play together. Usually like, when we do a branding, we kind of like try and make everything unified, like like elements and stuff like that, and like all blend with each other. But this kind of just looks
Yeah,
separated.
I feel like check this out also, like this hierarchy of text feels all similar. So you
Yeah.
got these H2s here, H2, H2, H2 kind of thing happening. So I think like a little bit of play there would be, I think, nice little like create.
Yeah,
like
I
two
agree
different
with
sizes maybe.
Mike. It almost feels like there was a handoff of like brand team and product team that it's not consistent. Or like, hey, start building the website, we'll drop the branding in later. It just doesn't feel like it was completely put together. Oh, never use their broker service. This is like the biggest scam ever. So
Plus
so
commission.
what they will tell you is that you get the domain name if you like back order it or whatever. But what they actually do is put it into auction so that anyone can take it from you afterwards. And I remember I was trying to get a domain once from them, and I got on a call to confirm. I'm like, if I buy this back order, you verify like I will get it, and like this is mine as long as nobody else back orders it. And they're like, yes, that's absolutely what it is. And then afterwards, they're like, oh no, it actually goes to auction, and whoever told you that was incorrect. And I had somebody snipe it out at like the last minute and then wanted 10 grand for the domain. It's terrible.
At least
Absolutely
they got a
terrible.
cool, friendly face in there. So
Oh, it's all a lie. All a lie. Um,
smiling at you.
well, cool. Well, hey, let's take a quick little break, and we are gonna chat about. Let's get you guys all back up here. Was chatting with Victor. We thought we would culture it up a little bit here, and let's chat about something that is interesting to every designer, ideally, coffee. So,
Yes.
what kind of coffee are you guys into, and what's getting everybody through the apocalypse here right now? All right, so
Well, I
okay, we've got
guess
the Yeti. I feel like a chump with just a regular old mug now.
listen, I got this for my birthday though, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. This was a gift,
From
which
who?
I appreciate from the Unfold family. Thank you guys once again.
Yeah,
I
at least
put my
give us a
coffee in.
shout out. Jeez.
Unfold, dude, the Unfold gang. I guess I can start. I so last year my brother bought me a Chemex for my birthday, and I wasn't much of a coffee guy until I got that thing. So basically, I prepare a Chemex every single day. And if you guys don't know what a Chemex is, it's kind of just pour over coffee. So I wouldn't say like I'm not too serious about it. I'm not like much of a like coffee snob, you know. I'll drink McDonald's coffee. Like coffee is coffee at the end of the day. But yeah, so I do Chemex, and I get my coffee from a local shop, Los Dos Cristianos. It's 5 minutes up the road from me, and yeah, grind my coffee every morning, pour over every single morning, and it's fun. It's a fun way to do the mornings, fun way to do coffee. It kind of when you drink the coffee, it's kind of like you worked for it, something like that. You know, I don't know. To me, I don't think it's for everyone because some people just need their coffee. They press the Keurig button and just sip. You know, but I kind of like I'm kind of like I like coffee a little bit more, so I kind of do it the fancy way.
I get that, and I just shared on the screen. I forgot to screen share with you guys ahead of time, but uh, Vic just posted a video today sharing some tips about working from home and being remote. And in there, he's got a cool little montage for uh, doing that
Making that coffee, yeah,
Chemex
pour
coffee.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun. It's very video friendly. You know, like popping a Keurig in and pressing a button. You know, you can't really make that look good, but with the Chemex, you know, you can make the process look awesome.
yeah. The Peter McKinnon video with was it Jordan Schiffer?
Or Daniel Schiffer.
Daniel Schiffer. That one is really fun, and it's super cool. And if you guys haven't checked out before, so Vic was actually helping me get into. My wife one day was like, "I want to get into Chemex coffee because that's just what you do while you're stuck indoors and can do nothing else." So speaking of Peter McKinnon, we tried out James Coffee Co. They're based down by me in San Diego, and their coffee's amazing. And so we tried the Peter McKinnon Golden Hour blend. Wasn't my favorite, but it's still really good. But we are on this one right now. If anyone is looking for a good coffee, um, it's got like a raspberry chocolate flavor to it, and it is amazing. And we're still kind of figuring out that whole pour over coffee style, but it's been a lot of fun to get into and like appreciate different types of coffee now.
Yeah, it's nice. You know, I would recommend. Okay, I'm kind of like starting to sound like a coffee snob, but I would recommend if you guys have a local shop that roasts beans like on site, I'd recommend that over any other coffee just for the sake of freshness. There's just something so much different than like different having like freshly roasted beans and then grinding those to order, I guess, when you make your thing. Then I mean, I haven't tried out the Peter McKinnon coffee yet, but I've had internet coffee, you know, and it's good, but like just that fresh coffee is it's so much better. um, so if you have access to a local coffee shop that roasts their own beans, I would recommend that over any coffee any day.
Yeah.
I have a
Espresso.
story about coffee.
Go ahead.
My brother-in-law, Tom Delay. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Speak up a
Yeah,
little
my
bit though.
brother-in-law, he's a crazy coffee holic. He's got like a $15,000 coffee maker in his basement. So recently he's
Slightly
discovered-
into it.
He's super crazy. He's like, he goes to a coffee shop, if they're like miss it, he's got his timer on, he watches them what they do, and like if it's like by 1/3 of a second, if they're off, he pours that coffee out. He doesn't drink that. Anyway, so he recently figured out there's a way to get instant coffee that's just as good as like making, like going through this whole crazy process yourself. So he brought me some samples, which gave me like crazy jitters, but it was pretty good coffee.
Was that the bulletproof coffee?
Huh?
Wait,
Was
no,
that the
was
bulletproof
Ted's.
one?
Wasn't that Ted's?
No, bro. No. I think I was gonna bring it to the office. I had some packets, but clearly we got shut down by Corona. But this is one of the copies that he showed me. But another one, like I had in my backpack.
Cat and
So this
Cloud.
is Cat and Cloud, but there's another one. And I don't know if you guys want to wait 2 seconds. I'll
So-
tell you the name. It's like
So you're saying basically, Class A coffee snob recommends you
he's
instant coffee.
Class A plus.
Man.
I think. Yeah,
That
he's
must be some good coffee. Then.
He's
Yeah,
Class
hold on
A
one
plus
sec.
for
since
sure.
I'll be back 1 second.
Right. I guess while he's back, since we're on the topic of coffee, I have a funny coffee story that actually involves Ted as well. Unfortunately, he's not in the stream, but a long time ago, before I even had a taste for coffee, I was like maybe 16. Me and him went to his cousin's house, and his cousin was a coffee snob, and
Yeah, I
he
found
had
it.
like this Italian espresso machine, like manual style, and we didn't know how to use it, so we just put some coffee in there, made ourselves some espresso. It came out as thick as chocolate syrup because we overdid it, We took sips, and after that, it felt like I've never had the coffee jitters in my life, but that was the first day I had them, and I was like shaking, and the sunlight was so bright, and like it was crazy.
Yeah. I got the copy. So these are the two.
So Cat
This
and
one,
Cloud. What's
Cat
the
and
other
Cloud.
one? It just looks like an origami
The other
bird.
one you can't tell, but it's like embossed, but it's called Swift Coffee.
Swift
This one
coffee.
if you open and it comes like 2 packets
Yeah,
like
man.
this.
You got to bring that to the office when we
Yeah. I have some
when
samples.
Corona's over.
But hey, guys, whoever's watching, coffee is thing of the past. This stuff right here, gold. If you wanna get the real like coffee,
Real fix.
This is so good.
If you want to design like Eddie, stop drinking coffee and drink
Is that
matcha tea.
Yeah, this is tea. This is
I
organic.
was just gonna
matcha.
ask, Eddie, you gotta bring it. You should show everyone your tea drawer
Guys.
sometime.
Ed has a
get
tea
commission.
collection.
No, I
I
don't
get a
think I'm gonna do
commission.
that. But
We'll
these
drop the
will-
Amazon affiliate link.
No, these are super good. This is like a matcha straight from Japan. One ingredient. Super good. Hope you took the screenshot because you're gonna need it.
Yeah,
If you
we'll
guys,
post
want
something in the show
matcha,
note.
But you don't want to go to the store, just wait for it to rain. Go down to the street and sip from a local puddle.
With some sugar in it.
I'm just kidding. Matcha's not my
Yeah.
thing.
Oh man, we need to play games after work today. Vic's feisty.
I just have a
Best.
strong opinion on matcha.
Hey,
Isn't that the norm?
Well, you never had real matcha.
I know. I gotta retry it one day.
You guys got to come out here to LA area. You can have some matcha tea with your avocado toast and kale chips and
And about avocado espresso shots.
yeah, your avocado milk or whatever it's gonna be. Oh man.
I saw banana milk the other day for the first
Oh,
time.
I just
in my
threw
life.
up in my mouth.
It was in Winn-Dixie.
I'm not
Oh.
gonna lie.
When Eddie sent me to Winn-Dixie, I saw it.
Oh my
Not gonna
goodness.
lie.
Yeah,
I like
it's there.
banana milk.
I have some. in my
No,
fridge.
no, like I'm seriously gonna gag. Oh my goodness.
What are you talking about? Banana milk is good.
Apparently, Peter does not like bananas.
I hate bananas. Hate with a fiery passion. It is the one food my wife is not allowed to like slip into anything. I'm like, you can
Alright.
explore with other stuff, like a new cheese, whatever. Let's see if I like it, but bananas.
What was that, Peter?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got some banana bread in the kitchen right now, Peter. You want some?
Oh, it's
But
disgusting.
you're not allergic
To
to
the
it,
side
right?
of banana milk.
Only by good taste. I don't know.
So you and Evan can't be friends now.
No, you know I love my kids when I feed them bananas. Like, let's just put it that way.
Definitely don't want its milk. That's funny, Michael. I like
The
that.
banana bread is probably the best taste of bananas, like inside of banana bread. It just
Yeah.
It's down,
because you
yeah.
don't get that mushy texture, you know. But it's like I don't know, it just has a good taste. But I love bananas, so overall,
I love bananas too.
yeah, bananas, apples, any fruit. is
They're
good.
easy, man. It's like the granola bar of nature. You know, it's in a package. You can eat it in the car. You just unpeel it. Boom, boom.
They're a
Eat
little
it. You got
hard to
breakfast.
milk. That's the only problem.
They're a little hard to milk.
Yeah, how do you milk a banana? That's the weird.
Eee.
Oh, we're gonna turn that into a GIF
guys.
already.
Do you guys drink your coffee black or do you guys put any creamer in it?
Black.
I put just a little bit of milk. I noticed when we switched to pour over, we only need a little milk and a little sugar. When we were doing the Nespresso, it was like half milk, half sugar, half coffee, which was like a cup and a half when you add that up.
I like it with banana milk. Just
Splash of banana milk.
Yeah,
So
Mabel,
for
you-
everyone in chat, what do you guys
Something
like? Oh, what was that, Evan?
Nothing. I was just giving Pavel crap.
Yeah, I want to hear it. You're lucky you live in Minnesota.
Oh, the throwdown.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but
Oh, man.
I
know.
guess.
That's what I'm taking
That's
out
what
of
I'm
this
taking-
call. How do you milk a banana?
Hey, we're glad we helped you out with something, you know.
You know, we should change the title of this video to that. So
We could do it. How do you milk a banana with Unfold?
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy. Today we're gonna be talking about milking bananas.
Do the screenshot with this.
Oh man, I wish Steon was here.
Do bananas in
And
here.
Evan's banana face. You're gonna get some clicks.
all right, back to design.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
Why don't
We
you,
got 2 minutes left.
Fine.
Let's see. What else? Do we have anything else on the list? I know you got a couple more brand
Some other-
stuff.
Yeah.
What else did we have? Yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, this was kind of cool. What, David? While you pull up the next one, so this was really neat. Somebody has a cool walkthrough here of, and check this out. I'll post this in the chat too. So this guy Seth put together like a Kanban board in Figma, and we were talking about maybe implementing something like this because like we use Figma for our design stuff, and it's just one less tool that we need to go use or work outside of and check. And so if we can put our project management in the design file itself, and it's visible for us, it's visible for the client, it's pretty cool. And so I know he's got the actual Figma file here listed in the community, and it's really cool. It works with auto layout and super easy to use. We were playing around with it a little bit before, so give that a check, see what you guys think, and maybe something that you can implement into your workflow. And yeah, David, why don't you take over the screen again and walk us through?
Yep. All right. So the next one is staples. So we'll talk about staples, and then we might have time for one other one. But we can go a little quicker on these.
Yeah, go for
just
it.
to knock them out. I know we're running out of time.
Is that flipped? That looks like the after.
No, I think this is the before. I would think
Really?
this
Yeah.
would be the after.
What?
This
Yeah,
was
no,
another
I
like
think-
super confrontational
That's
one.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you
This
like
feels
clicking
better.
it down, I think you'll see like the way the staples incorporated. Like
Yeah,
rather than mark.
With the desk. Yep.
Yeah. I just you would assume that they would go from like bright and beautiful red, for like just that red. That red is what threw me
Yeah.
off. Like there's like such a nice like vibrant red, and this is kind of muddy.
Well, imagine if that red was full background here. I think
That's
it'd be
true,
very,
that's true,
very
yeah.
bright.
Yeah, I guess that's what just threw me off. That's why I thought, because
It
typically
kinda-
when you see a rebrand, they usually like
Yeah.
up the saturation a little bit,
Yeah.
So
Thinking of like the Coca-Cola red here. The red and white feels Coca-Cola-ish.
I will
Yeah.
get
Like a
that.
rich red.
Yeah.
Like Target. Reminds me of Target, the red. and
Work,
white.
learn, grow.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Can someone explain that one? Wait. So this is the new one now?
There's
This is the old one.
oh, Canada versions, U.S. and
Canada
Canada versions.
Oh, okay. So this is
Ca-
US. So Canada, they kept the same as the old one. The color.
Yeah,
See
that's
that?
strange. I don't think I've ever.
So
different,
Canadians
complete-
like
yeah.
that color better.
Yeah, it looks more
Yeah.
like their maple leaf.
Yeah.
What is
That's
the-
weird. I've never
Did they
heard
say
that before.
anything about that? Like, what's the reason?
what?
I'm just curious to know.
Hey,
Here
you
we
know
go.
what's funny? These like on this logo, there's red, white, red, vertical, like Canadian flag. Vertical.
Are you right?
You know what I'm
Weird.
saying? Two red staples and a white space between. You see
What is it, Eddie?
If you look at the staple, is that Canadian? Did you say version? Right.
The one on the right,
Wait,
on the
these
right
are-
is
These are
Canadian.
2 different companies, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I just read the description.
Yeah, I was saying it.
Well, it says that, yeah, they're separate companies.
It looks like it could work for Canada flag a little. They have a red, white, red. The
Mm.
staples, if you take the staples.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's check this out real quick. We are Staples. I'm gonna narrate. Team of real people by your side,
Staples are people.
dedicated to serve. Share ideas to keep your team connected and inspired. Focus on business.
It's cool how they're like implementing that staple into like the icons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's got a lot more application. I think it feels odd though as well because people are so accustomed to the brand, the name itself. It is so like already widely known, and the new application is kind of everything outside of the name, which is just interesting.
This is nice. I like this, what they're doing here. I like how that chair is like, they're using some sort of mode effect here to blend in with the background. Although I do see that square. I don't know if that's why that's there, but the cutout. But I do like the colors and like the pop here that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting how you pointed that out, like the outer corner is rounded, but the inner corner is kind of
Yeah.
sharp.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about that too. I remember. And this feels thicker than that,
weight? Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I bet
That's
you it
throwing
is.
me off. Yeah, it's gotta be.
It's interesting. Yeah, even in the oh wow, yeah. And I can't
That's
unsee it
odd.
now.
Is
Yeah.
that a staple? Is that how staples are?
Yeah.
They're
Wait,
thicker on
and
top?
Canada version? Did they have to switch it because of like a trademark issue or something?
Switch it
it's,
how though?
it's not 2 different companies. I don't know why that description suggests it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, this is not from Staples. This is the person that updates this website, like
Right.
under construction. Yeah, consideration. But yeah, whoever can read fast can read this and explain it to us.
Yeah. Well, too late. True red. Oh,
All right, so here's a few final slides.
it's cool. It makes sense.
Kind of
But
cool
like,
here, yeah.
but knowing like seeing the old one, having that bent staple, that
Mhm.
was cool. Like I remember, like back in the day when you're younger and you kind of like, you're like, guys, look, did you guys know there's this staple hidden in the Staples logo? And you're like, wait, that's why that L looks weird like that. Oh my, like it's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, because everyone always has issues with staples. You try to staple papers together and it gets jammed and it looks like that.
But I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
exactly. Though, like, is that really the message you want to? Like,
but I think this is a question of is it
okay.
a brand that like the visual identity here I think has evolved to what is current, like people aren't as into paper, everything is more digital or office driven or whatever, but the name is now more outdated than anything. But I mean, this is cool seeing the truck and the bag. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they've been
That's
able to
cool.
carry this through. If we're only looking at it as a logo, we probably all prefer the old, but as a brand, the new
Yeah.
one has a lot more legs, and you see how it's carried through in all the iconography.
Yeah.
Like that's dope.
Yeah. I still can't get over it. That red is looking kind of muddy to me. Like here, I don't know. It's kind of off-putting. I don't know if anyone else feels the same way.
Well, they're still, it looks like using different reds. Like this is clearly a different
Yeah.
color than up here.
It's weird.
Hey, can we annotate on the screens, or it's not possible?
And can you
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Should be able to.
Yeah, Eddie, if you come up here to view options and annotate, I think you can.
Where?
I actually bought this.
Up
Hold on.
top.
I actually bought this
I don't
computer
see
chair
it.
from Staples. Thanks, Staples. We love your brand. We love your chairs.
Here's a link to the chair.
Wait, how-
I do
Here,
like the lowercase treatment.
where? Which
over the
options?
old logo.
So,
Preference?
you go to view options on David's screen share and then say annotate.
View options. Annotate. Yeah, I can do it. Look.
I don't see it.
You should see it on my screen. See at the
Yeah,
top
So what? So
next
what's
to the
the
green
verdict?
bar.
How
I
long
like
does
it.
take to
I don't
go
like the
away?
logo. I like the brand.
Yeah, I like the brand overall. I think it's more unified than I feel like it was before, you know?
No, I think looking at it like on these hats and shirts,
Mhm.
like I love that when you see this, there's nothing else that looks like it. That and it's so simple. It's like a
Yeah,
little
it kind of
staple
looks like a
in the circle.
McDonald's. Like if you didn't tell me this was an office store, like I would think it was for like a fast food chain or something though.
Really?
Like just on the application of like the t-shirt and the hats.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is the table
yeah.
for
The other
where
thing
you
is, isn't the color red supposed to make you hungry? That's why a lot of like food brands have red, like Wendy's and
Yeah, I think
Five
so.
Guys and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. It kind of does look like fast food-ish.
Yeah.
It also feels
interesting,
really techy. Like it's moving in a new direction, like a digital direction, like Peter said. Feels like it almost feels like Geek Squad in a sense when I see that guy in the uniform.
Every time I think of Geek Squad, it makes me think of the show Chuck with the nerd herd.
Mhm.
And like
Yeah.
the staple, like you could make two brackets out of it. And now they're a development company, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
it's definitely
selling
cool.
us,
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall, like, yeah, it seems like they took the
Love
branding
that display
seriously,
too.
you know. Yeah.
That's a really cool display here.
Ooh.
Awesome implementation. Like it's cool. Like the more like I guess like by going with like such a simple mark, you know, like you could implement it so much nicer. Yeah, like I was thinking of that top thing too, Eddie, that you're annotating. Like, you know, it's basically half of a square. So anything that's a square, you could you know implement your logo into.
I wonder if it's
Kinda
like
neat.
overkill though, you know, like if you have too much of it, you know?
You think?
It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like when we were looking at the logos or the icons or whatever up here. It's like everything has that shape.
Yeah.
It just feels a little repetitive, but I think on their site it looked cool, like those little
Mhm.
illustration icon things.
The next thing they need to do is update their site to, you know, match, because it seems like the site looks a little dated. I don't know. Kind of. Me personally, I think it's kind of ugly.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Well,
Guess we
let's
can move on to
maybe
this.
let's save. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll
This
call it
one's
a day.
this one will be quick. And I think this
Staples
one
gets the
isn't.
thumbs up.
Yeah, yep. And this one is like very quick. We can go through it quick. There's not a whole lot here, but and some people might not even know what this is, but it's like a news feed kind of thing.
Flipboard's
Aggregator
still
where
around.
I guess so. Back then it was something we all used.
Yeah.
So looks like they're still up and running. I haven't used it in a while personally, but this is 2018. Interesting. So this is a little older. I don't know why. I guess it popped up on their feed. But yeah, I really like how they're keeping it simple, like right here, and it's just super simple.
This
A lot of
reminds me-
imagery.
This reminds me of Uber or Unsplash stuff.
Yeah, yep. Where do you think Unsplash got their inspiration?
Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Kind of like
What these guys-
showing the compare and contrast.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like
pretty
it.
simple.
I like
There's
how
not
they
much
just
here.
kind of it looks like more of a little bit of a refresh, not
Yeah.
more of like a redo, you know. So they kind of
Yeah.
cleaned everything up a little bit. Ooh.
Hey, it's
that
Cancel
reminds me
Con.
of yeah, that reminds me of Cancel Con.
Oh yeah.
Which, speaking of, it's Andrew's birthday, so if you're watching, go give Andrew Hawkrattle a happy birthday message.
Yeah. Oh, that's man, that's neat.
Yeah, the animation connections on this are
Yeah,
really cool,
wow.
especially when you have a shape that's that simple. You can do a lot
Yeah.
with it.
Like I love how it made the annotations. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Very
Cool.
nice. Yeah. It's cool. It seems like another versatile mark, and fits
And it's
into
so
their branding
simple,
easily.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so simple, and they just removed the clutter, like they had the grid or the F happening
Hold on. I'm embarrassed. I just realized that
right here.
that's an F.
Yeah.
Thought it was like a stealth bomber.
It's the
Right.
stairs. It's stairs
thought it
to
was
get
like,
your way to the top.
I thought it was like, whatever notepads or whatever, flip boards. It's an F.
Yep. It could be both.
All right. Well, I'm going to switch us out there. We'll end it on a good note. And where did the team window go? Here we go. So I don't know. Anything else anyone wants to bring up? Otherwise, we can kind of wrap it up for the day. And thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. Again, we're going to go live again next Friday. We'll do some portfolio reviews next week. So make sure that you submit. You can check out the link in the old portfolio review streams and hang out with us there. But other than that, anyone doing anything fun this weekend or more Netflix and walk around the block?
It's finally supposed to be warmer here again, so I'm hoping to be outside some more.
Nice.
It just got cold down here in Florida, which is kind of nice.
Yesterday,
Same
remember
temperature.
yesterday? It was
Yeah.
like it was so nice yesterday. Wow, it was
It's probably
crazy.
hot right now, but it always changes every day.
Yeah. That's how
Finally
Florida
gonna be
is.
like 61 here tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
California, it's still in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody that's watching, thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll catch y'all next week. Have a good one, everybody.
See you guys.
Everybody.
There you
Ciao.
guys. Bye.
See ya.